Okay, so I saw a few people in chat saying that I was muted. I was muted, but that's just because I was sorting a few things out on the side. Hello, Owen. Yes, hello. Um, I was sorting a few things out. I was looking. I was saying a few things. I kind of forgot I was muted, and then I realised I was muted, and then you guys started saying it, so I've sorted all that stuff out anyway. Hello there, for the last time this season, yes. Right. I've got everything lined up now. All of my statistics and everything I need to know on the side of the screen. We've got 9 minutes of qualifying left, and at the moment, Mikhail leads. Forrest jumped down in 7th and Rayner in 2nd, but Mikhail substantially faster with 4/10 over his rival. And is that Forrest Jump? I think it is Forrest Jump. Was Forrest Jump the one who went round, or was it Shotmaker? I'm not entirely sure. We can see by checking front wings, maybe. I'm not. Yeah, no, they all both look intact. Making sure no chaos in the decider, says Owen as the FIA. Good to know. Right, well, here we are at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, the season finale for Aurora Racing League Season 4. It's been a roller coaster of emotions over the season. So much drama, so much action. Brilliant, brilliant racing. And to everyone who stuck by across this season, to be honest, I envy you for being able to just watch this, sit back and relax, and watch this season unfold whilst not having the pressure of accidentally mispronouncing absolutely everybody's names, as I do. It has been incredible. And we arrive at Jeddah, the capital of Saudi Arabia, at the Jeddah Corniche circuit for the last time this season. And we've got a 3-way title fight, possibly the best way to end the season. Shotmaker is 3rd, and he is not the person I want to be talking about right now. Forrest Jump is 7th, and needs to improve, but he won't do that on an invalidated lap time. The Red Bull driver struggling at the moment, over a second and 2/10 slower than Mikhail. Forrest Jump, though, and this is what I wanted to say, and I've said it far too many times, but it's so true. Forrest Jump is captain consistency. I mean, I thought Rayner was consistent, but this man never gets penalties. Every single time, he's just on it. Every single race he appears. He may not be the fastest driver, but he's there all the time, and that's why he's currently on 201 points and only 22 points away from Rayner. He's going to need a bit of good fortune if he wants to win this race, but Mikhail is going to have someone bigger than life themselves watching down on him as he goes purple in Sector 1, improving by 1.5 tenths there. Mikhail needs to win this race with fastest lap and have it so Rayner does not score any points, whether that means DNFing or just finishing outside the top 10. He needs that to happen if he does want to win this championship. Because at the moment he's 26 points behind the Argentinian, who has won 3 races, come second twice, and come third 3 times as well, to make that 2, 4, 6, 8 podiums across the season. Forrest Jump hasn't won a race this season, but he has come second 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and been third 2 more as well, giving him 7 podiums this season. And Mikhail won 3, second twice, and third twice. That brings us to this race. Mikhail goes even faster with a blistering lap time, a 1:28.2, and Rayner's got it all to do here. Obviously, all he has to do is score a singular point. That's all he has to do. A single point for the man in the Ferrari, and I'm sure he knows that. But will he make it entertaining? Will he push for that race win? Because if he does finish with only 1 point and Forrest Jump wins the race, that's a completely different story. Forrest Jump just doesn't have the same pace as Mikhail and Rayner at the moment. Yeah, as you say, Forrest Jump's best chances well, only chances he has to win. And that's why it's going to be so difficult, because Mikhail might win, Forrest Jump might come second, but if Rayner's third, then it's all for nothing. And Forrest Jump just can't string together a lap time here. And to be honest, Rayner didn't improve there either. Rayner still yet to improve on a lap time. Mikhail is dominant on every circuit. It does appear so. I mean, races where, and this is a point here. The 3 races that Rayner has won, Mikhail's finished in 5th twice and 2nd once. In those 3 races that Rayner's won, Forrest Jump's finished 2nd, finished 4th, and finished 3rd. Forrest Jump, and this is why his odds might be slim, and why he's going to need quite a bit of luck on his side as well. He's not won a race this season, yet he's still there. Mikhail has won 3 races this season. Forrest Jump hasn't won a single race. But he's got podiums, he's been consistently there. He's been there every single race of the season, except for the very first race. Imagine how different it would have been if Forrest Jump was there for the first race. It would have been a lot closer. The fact is, he doesn't get into crashes. He's not finished a race this season in which he's scored less than 11 points. To me, that is absolutely astonishing. There's been 2 races where Rayner's finished with 6, 1 race where Rayner's finished with 6 points, and 1 race where he's finished with 1. That's 2 races with less than double-digit points. Forrest Jump hasn't had a single one of them. Mikhail, for every race he's finished as well, the minimum he's scored is 10, but he DNF'd at Italy, the first race. He DNF'd at Austria. He wasn't there for the Hungarian Grand Prix, and he wasn't there for Azerbaijan. If he was there for every single race, imagine how different the story would have been. There's always going to be complaints and stuff off track, as Ern says, and we just watch Forrest Jump again, just runs it really wide, and he's really struggling to get to grips with the track. Here comes Rayner, though. Let's see what he can do. I think once he comes around turn 27, yes, that's right, you heard me right, 27 corners around this track, most of any race. And the second fastest track on the calendar, second to Monza. That's for average top speed, or how much of the throttle, how much time you spend on the throttle, something like that. Into turn 1 then, we'll ride on board with the Ferrari driver. I should watch Forrest Jump as he seems a bit of a chaos maker right now, says Ern. That's not me, by the way, that's Ern. People in the chat. But anyway, we've got a few new drivers here. So let's, for a second, stop talking about the massive 3-way title fight, and let's talk about the new drivers. We have Coys, who's out of the race, and I'm English, I follow the Premier League, and I do support a team, as that's a purple Sector 1, I think, from Rayner. Good start for him. I do support a team in the Premier League. That team is Liverpool. I do not have a Scouse accent. But we are Liverpool supporters. I can see the stadium from my house. I can also see the Tranmere Rovers stadium from my house as well. They are in League 2, so I support them as well. Ern is in absolute dismay. Oh no, he's not. Forrest, what am I saying? Shotmaker is out of the session, and Young Leader off the track. You can see Forrest in the background. Oh no! Wow, I thought that was Mikhail as well, but that's still bad. FaZe Milcott goes right into the back of Young Leader. That's massive. That's contact. Young Leader's just stuck there, and you can see devastation. I don't know what to make of this. It's the end of qualifying, And these two have come together. Young Leader's been disqualified from the session. Unbelievable stuff at the end of the session here. It's never a quiet day at Aurora Racing. Rayner improves, but it's not enough to take the crown off Mikhail. Mikhail won't set another lap time. Rayner might be pushing again. He's got quite a few more corners to go on used tyres and a lot less ERS. Is that pole position push still on for Rayner? A lot of controversy here in the qualifying session. Beast plays up to third. Forrest Jump finishes the lap and he does get fourth. That's big for him. He needed that. Look at how many people are out of the session. I was trying to talk about something and I can't because it's all kicked off at the end here. Marshy. I'm going to call you Marshy. I know it doesn't say that in your name. But Marshy is on a lap time, but it's invalidated. Sindro spins around and nearly gets crashed into by the Mercedes of Beast Plays. There's so much stuff going on. Here comes the Ferrari of Rayner. Only a few more corners to go. This is the most insane qualifying session we've ever had this season. And of course it has to come in the final race. And slowing down is Rayner. Does he see the yellow flags? I'm not entirely sure. But he doesn't want to pick up a penalty. And he's just going to get himself into the pits. Not taking any chances there. And in getting himself into the pits, he might save a bit of tyre wear for the race. Unfortunately, it means that we're going to have to wait for his crew to push him into the pits before qualifying's over. But it is over. And that's the main thing. Mikhail on pole with the fastest lap. 2 tenths to gap to the car behind, which is Rayner. Forrest Jump skipping, just losing out on third there by only a few hundredths of a second. But Forrest Jump does make it fourth, which is good enough for him. I'm sure he will be best pleased with that, considering he was in 7th for the majority of that session. Shotmaker 5th, Beast plays 3rd, good qualifying from him. And what I was going to say before is Coys, obviously, it's not Coys. Coys is, well, it might be Coys, and I might just be ignorant, but what I believe it is COYS, which stands for Come On You Spurs, or whoever he supports. I imagine it's Spurs. I'm not a Spurs fan, I'm a Liverpool fan. And Ern, I'm going to stop talking to you now for bringing that scoreline up. We're here for the F1, not the football. Stop talking about Madrid. It's not. It's a sensitive topic for any Liverpool fan. What team do you support, Ern? As we wait here, Mikhail pole, Rayner 2nd, Beast plays 3rd, Forrest Jump 4th, needs to get a better start if he does want any chance of winning this championship. Shotmaker, Marshy, Creative Coconut, Sindro, Weemont and Coys rounding out the top 10. Tesco Meal Deal, Maze, Milk Cart, Zero Batty and Young Leader round out the rest of the grid. Madrid fan forever. Remember the glory Ronaldo days. I might have to turn chat off actually. Focus on the race. Right. Well. 3 drivers. But only 1 trophy. I can sense drama. I can sense controversy. Here in the Saudi Arabian capital of Jeddah. It looks like Rayner has got himself in a very good position for the championship. But if you watch the streams, you will know there's always one cliche I always fall back on, and it's anything can happen in Formula 1. And we may very well see something like that repeat itself today. As I said before, 3 drivers but 1 trophy. Who will take it all? Well, yeah. Points out, 1 mistake and you're in the wall. Very, very true. Mikhail isn't a man who makes too many mistakes. Weemont and Creative Coconut already disqualified from the formation lap. Right, let's do a quick run through. And also talk about the constructors, because we've got 2 teams fight. Well, you could even say 3 teams if if Williams, have a really good race today. I've just said if Williams have a good race, they've got 1 driver. Is Weemont in a Williams? I don't think so. He's an Alpine, so no, it's impossible for Williams to win it. Not impossible for Red Bull though. Red Bull could snatch it from Ferrari today. 30-point advantage Ferrari have going into this race. But the main thing is the Drivers' Championship, and that is what we will be talking about now. Mikhail, P1. He's on pole for the race. He's going to need to get away well, and he's going to need to get away from Reina, because if he wants any kind of chance of winning the championship, he needs to win the race with fastest lap. Reina, all he has to do to stop Mikhail winning is get 1 point. The problem is, he's got Forrest Jump, who's only 22 points behind him. So all Forrest needs to do is outscore Reina. I've just drank a can of Coke, if that makes any difference. So Forrest Jump needs to outscore Reina by 9 points, and he does need to win this race for that to happen, because he's currently on 22 points behind, and the only way to get any more than 20 points is by finishing first. Reina, he just needs to bring it home in a 7th, 6th place. He just needs to cruise it. He just needs to not DNF. That's all Reina needs to do, but it's easier said than done when you're racing at this circuit. Beast plays 3rd. Really good qualifying from the Mercedes driver. Shotmaker 5th. Him and his teammate are going to need to work together. Maybe they won't be able to pull home a championship for the drivers, but they might be able to pull home a constructors. But we'll have to wait and see until the lights are out. We've waited 14, 15 races for this to happen, but we're finally here. The finale, the ultima. It's 5 red lights, and away we go for one last time this season. I can't see who's got away well, but the camera switched now, and we do. Mikhail gets away very well indeed into turn 1, and he leads quite substantially ahead of Reina. Beast plays P3. Marshy with a good start up to P4. Forrest Jump dropping down to P5. Koi's up to P6. Shotmaker down in P7. And Creative Coconut down in P8. And Syndro dropping down the order as well. Mikhail, decent lead then going through the first few corners. Any contact going on. Koi's going around the outside of Forrest Jump. And it's falling apart a little bit for the Red Bull driver. He gets overtaken once more by the McLaren as well. Good move on the outside there. And Forrest Jump looked like he went a bit wide there. Young leader down to 12. Tesco Meal Deal down to 14. And it looks like the driver's gone around. We go further up the order. And Reina, I think he's just going to be happy to sit in P2, because that's all he needs to do. Beast Place, though, is going to keep the pressure up on the Ferrari driver to see if he can finally break that Mercedes curse on the final race. Marshy, P4 in that Aston Martin. And it's been a really decent start. But it's been a really good start for the McLaren of Koi's. He didn't really get a very good qualifying in at all because he DNF'd early on. Does he have some sort of pace? Could he even snatch the win? I mean, it's ambitious and he does make a little bit of a mistake there, but he's looking very pacey. Forrest Jump coming back at him though, and he's got a nice run on the papaya orange McLaren. Switches to the outside and going into turn 27, the final corner of this racetrack. Forrest Jump's going to find his way around the outside and back up into 5th. Good move. The McLaren though gets a slipstream down all the way to turn 1, and will he be able to re-overtake the Red Bull driver? We're gonna ride with this battle all the way into the left-hander on the inside, but he can't keep it. Forrest Jump gets re-overtaken. Brilliant move by the McLaren driver, and Forrest Jump sitting in 6th, and the championship slipping away. Syndro first to get a penalty. Weemart and Tesco Meal Deal must have came together on the first lap as they both pit together. We look further down the order, and it looks like Ziabati's virtually pushing Shotmaker through these corners, these twists and turns, but he runs it a bit wide. But he's still there with him, isn't he? Oh no! Mikhail! Oh no! Mikhail is gone! He's got no front wing! And a virtual safety car. But this might be it. We might be watching Mikhail's championship hopes and dreams go. And if I could get an update on what happened there, because I wasn't watching it. I saw the yellow flags and I thought, oh no. I looked ahead and I was like, it's gone horribly, horribly wrong for the Alfa Romeo driver. Reina takes the lead of this race, and Mikhail is in 7th. He's behind Forrest Jump. That is an interesting start to this race, but a very chaotic one. Mikhail ate too much of the curb and spun, says Ern. Milcart gets a penalty, and we're back racing again. Rayner leads into the final corner. Beast plays behind him in second. Good start to this race for the Mercedes driver. But we will see this man right here, Mikhail, go into the pits. Creative Coconut in 6th, and that's where he normally is, really. Creative Coconut, very consistent in 6th. And Forrest Jump finds himself in 5th behind the McLaren. But Mikhail has got a hell of a drive. He's got to perform absolutely perfectly from now on if he does want to still finish first. He's going to need a miracle. And at this point in time, his championship hopes, well, they're non-existent. And here we go, riding on board with the rear wing of Milcart, but we're not for long as he gets overtaken by Young Leader. And into that swooping left-hander, he gets nicked by Milcart. Young Leader does, and they make contact, and that was, I think that was a desperate attempt to try and stay ahead in a place where you can't. From the Alfa Romeo, not a great race for the Alfa Romeo drivers whatsoever. I'm just trying to find Marshy putting Beast Plays under a bit of pressure. But at the moment, apart from Weimar and Tesco Meal Deal, there doesn't really seem to be a lot going on. To the right-hand side of the track, you can see Marshy trying to find a way past the Mercedes driver and around the outside. Well, it's the only viable option, but it works for now. We ride on board with the rear wing. DRS flap open. That's going to give him a few kilometres an hour. More straight line speed, but a slipstream. 4 Beast Plays might see him send something into turn 1. Not quite. Marshy's got the position for now. Can Beast Plays come back? We'll have to wait and see. Coy's not really being able to pull away from Forrest Jump, which is good news for Forrest Jump because he does need to get back past. Looking further down the order, Milcart, 9th. I'm not sure if something happened. We've got yellows somewhere. Was it Young Leader? I don't really know. I think it was Milcart though, because he's dropped further off Young Leader's back now. And just trying to look for something to watch here. These two are separated again, and I mean, he's led the championship for as long as I can remember. As Ziabati gets a time penalty, and there's 4 drivers already with time penalties. I won't lie to you, from commentating almost every race this season, I say almost every race, I've missed a few. Yeah, that'd be appreciated, Owen, if you could send that footage. Also, I can pass that on to someone else for the highlights as well. So, cheers for that, Owen. But as long as I can remember, Rayner's been leading the championship, and I think everything might swing his way. There was a time earlier on when Rayner was absolutely miles off the championship. You know, he just looked out of it. And, you know, I didn't think there was a chance of him getting back in. He was down behind a lot of drivers. I think, you know, it just looked like it wasn't his season and that he'd almost dropped the ball. But he's come back courageously. And to be fair, throughout everything that's happened, the drama of Silverstone, which would have gave him a really decent fighting chance as Beast Plays runs it wide, they're getting a penalty. And, you know, a courageous Silverstone drive just to be squandered, just for it to be squandered at the end with contact. That would have brought them a lot closer into this final race. And look at this battle going on. Coys and Beast Plays really going at it through this very technical track. Forrest Jump thinking, well, if these guys keep going at it like this, I might have a little chance to get past myself. We ride on board with the McLaren. He's got DRS, but he's not got enough time to make an overtake into the corner. Keeping it in the track limit, keeping it very smooth. We got yellow flags, and that's Ziabati retired from the session. The first retirement. DRS again for the McLaren driver on the run down to 27. Will he be able to get past around the outside? Yes, I think he will. And he's going to pick up DRS once again. And that should help him see out the move on Beast Plays, unless Beast Plays has got something up his sleeve, which clearly it does. Straight line speed and a half from the Mercedes car. My oh my, that is a rapid vehicle. In a straight line, that Mercedes, that was incredible pace to be able to stay ahead of the McLaren. But it surely won't be long until Coys gets ahead. Forrest Jump, though, is getting closer. But we're just right on board with him as Mikhail gets past Sindro. It's like Forrest Jump just doesn't have the confidence in some of these corners. To be fair, I don't either. It's an absolutely horrific track to drive on. But we can see these three, and they will start getting into a battle with themselves at this point down the inside. That's a really, really interesting move at that point in the track. Has it paid out? It nearly has, and it has. He's past Beast Blaze now, and up into the podium position, and Beast Blaze really dropped off there as he got overtaken. And here comes Forrest Jump, again, clinical for him to get past, and he does so on the inside momentarily, but they're side by side. DRS really, really helping Forrest Jump close down on Coys as well, and nearly going into the back of him. I'm sure he wouldn't, but look at how much more pace that he has than the McLaren. When he's got no DRS, the McLaren's just got absolutely nothing in the straights, and it might be a double overtake on the McLaren driver. It looked like Beast Blaze was going to go for it on the inside, really twitchy on the rear end from the McLaren, and I think he has been double overtaken. Unbelievable, unprecedented scenes here. Beast Blaze and Forrest Jump tried to power down the straight. Beast Blaze covering off a move from Coys, but this is unbelievable because Forrest Jump was 5th, Beast Blaze was 3rd, and Coys was 4th. Then Coys was 3rd and Beast Blaze was 4th, and now all of a sudden Forrest Jump's 3rd and they're 4th and 5th. Unbelievable. Forrest Jump has played this absolutely brilliantly. What a piece of driving from the Red Bull driver, showing championship material, but it still isn't looking like it's going to swing his way just yet, because he is only 2 seconds off Martian. You can see him, I think that's him up ahead, yes it is, behind the back runner of Weimart. Oh no, Milk Cart's retired from the session. Into the pits he goes to retire the car, so at least he's out of the way. Shouldn't cause a safety car. At least I think he retired in the pits, unless he's just pulled up. Oh no, Mikhail's out. Mikhail is out of the session, and that's not something I saw at all. But Mikhail's gone. I don't... Where's the car, though? Where's the car? I didn't see him retire. There's been so much going on with this battle. Mikhail is out of the session, and for his championship hopes and dreams, he won't even pick up 2nd. It's 3rd, and I think he was the one who retired in the pits, not Milk Cart. They both retired at the same time. Milk Cart says Mikhail turned into me and DNF'd. So contact between the two Alfa Romeo drivers, considering Alfa Romeo were 4th in the standings, that's not what you'd want to see at all from their standpoint. I don't think they would have been able... Well, they could have overtaken the Williams, to be fair. I think it would have been a very tall order, though. I felt very bad, though, so I retired, says Milk Cart. Mikhail, it's the end of the line. Forrest Jump is the one thing standing in Rayner's way of a certain championship now. A certain championship. If Forrest Jump retires, Rayner's won it and there's nothing. I'm hearing that Mikhail is very annoyed and that Milk Cart apparently straight-lined him. I didn't see the incident. I wasn't watching Mikhail. And I go to check him. I literally, just as I went to check out what was going on, I saw he'd flashed up and he'd DNF'd. Heartbreak. Heartbreak. There's no other word. I mean, it seriously was the most valiant of efforts. A courageous championship campaign. Everything he could. Everything in his power to get back up there, to get back and try and win the championship from a position that quite frankly seemed impossible. Every single race he seemed perfect until a mistake or a contact or something. Mikhail is genuinely, you know, Creative Coconut's got a 3-second time penalty and there's people pitting now on lap 9. I think he's genuinely got horrendous luck this season, to be fair to him. So much pace, quicker than Rayner, but he spun it around. He normally deals so well under pressure. But it's just not his season. And once again, he just dangling in front of him. The championship. But it falls apart. And as we now are about to start lap 10 of this race, the question really is there any other outcome? Rayner is not the type to crash. Forrest Jump isn't the type to crash either. They could finish 1 and 2 here. And celebrate on the podium as 1 and 2 in the championship as well. Forrest Jump, I'm sure he would be pleased for P2. Does he go all out and push for that? Try and get past Rayner? The question is, will he? Is what I'm asking. But what I really should be asking is, can he? Is Forrest Jump capable of overtaking Rayner? Is he quick enough? I don't know. I seriously don't know. Rayner's shown some very decent pace. Much faster than him in qualifying. Marshy eyeing up a move on Beast Plays. Not going for it, but he's going to get another helping of DRS down this straight. But, I mean, it's just devastation for Mikhail. Since I've commentated on this league, 2nd season in a row. But considering his Discord nickname, which is 2nd again, I very much so think this isn't the first time he's come very, very close to winning a title and had it snatched at the end. It's just soul-crushing as Beast Play struggles to keep in the white lines. Marshy gets through them, as we saw before, up to P7, Young leader P6, and right now Ferrari will win the Constructors' standings as well. Red Bull, I mean, they're still putting in a valiant effort here to try and get back in, but Shotmaker 2.5 seconds from Creative Coconut, who's having a decent race. So as I'm getting an update, he got straight lined, says Earn. As Creative Coconut gets re-overtaken by the back marker of Weemark. He didn't retire in the pits. No, I thought that was Milk Cart. I did think it was. I didn't really... I possibly did get a notification, to be fair. But it didn't look like I did. These two battling it out once again. Round turn 9. And the Mercedes of Beast Plays sticking it on the inside. Not willing to let up against Marshy. Weimar gets a 3-second time penalty. That's irrelevant. Let's watch this battle, shall we? Because it's pretty much the only one out on track, I think. Creative Coconut, actually. Did he have a mishap there? Did he have an accident? Something happened? Because he's dropped from 4th to 6th. But let's continue to watch this then. 4.5 tenths, 5 tenths the gap. But, Rayner, ooh! Well, this changes a little bit. He picks up a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and he doesn't serve it in the pits. I'm sure you can serve 5-second time penalties in the pit lane. Milk Cart admits it's his fault. And my dogs are in fact barking downstairs. Milk Cart saying you tried to keep position. Obviously, a lot of people are in it for the drivers. But when you speed in the pit lane, it's a time penalty. Yeah. No, I know that, but Marshy goes fastest. Interesting. Fresh tyres, possibly? I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, from my standpoint, and I think this is the objectively correct standpoint, to be honest, you're milk cart, you're not as fast as Mikhail. So, like, even if you weren't teammates, then you would not try and fight him, because you're just damaging both your races. Beast Plays gets another time penalty. But also, importantly, he's your teammate. I know you might be a reserve, I'm not entirely sure what the reserve situation is in this league. There's so many reserve drivers. But even if, at the end of the day, he's your teammate, so you've got to think about it for the team as well. I wouldn't even try and fight my teammate if he was faster than me. Because it's just no... And to be honest, when people are faster than you, just got to let them go. But I think, if what I'm hearing is right, I imagine what's happened is he's gone into the corner, he's kind of overtaken you, and then around the outside, you've tried to stick it up the inside, and you just ploughed him off the track, essentially. I don't know, I've not seen the incident, but that's what I'm imagining has probably happened. Obviously, ploughed him off the track makes it sound like you've just literally gone smashed into the side of him with no remorse. I'm sure that's not what happened. That's not what I'm saying, but I still think... I mean... Yeah, I don't... yeah, no. I would not... I'd never... It's not really your race either. And you're not in the championship battle by any means, so... I think that's going to be a difficult one to explain to the stewards. And a difficult one to explain to Mikhail as well. Forest Jump leads. Hasn't pit yet. Rayner's got a time penalty. But Forest Jump cracking on with it. We'll check the tyres now. And yeah, 12 lap old hards against Rayner's 1 lap old hards. I think he was on the mediums to begin with. So Forest Jump will have the pace advantage on those mediums at the end, if that's the tyre he chooses to go onto, which I imagine it will be. But even if the race finished like this, then I mean, it's all over. Look, I don't know much. The message had disappeared from my chat too quickly, so I couldn't read that, sorry. I think it's basically something about you not being able to play for a month. And that. But yeah. Penalties. Let's have a look at that. 9 seconds for Beast Blaze, 3 seconds for Coconut, 3 seconds for Syndro, 8 for Tesco Meal Deal, 6 for Weemart, and 5 for Rayner. Forest Jump, maybe a glimmer of hope, but as of now, it's still going to be really quite a challenge. Young Leader, though, I mean, up 10 places, he's having a really good race. And it is a battle for the constructors as well, I know I have said it. 30 points separating them, so Ferrari very much have one hand on that title already. But, I mean, Red Bull, they're holding their ground. They are not doing bad at any means, so fair play to Shotmaker and Forest. They've had a decent season of themselves, to be fair. Young Leader, though, up 10 places from the start. That's just really impressive. Koi's up 5 places from the start as well. So, all good stuff there. Forest Jump does finally pit them. And we will watch this pit stop and watch what tyres he goes on to. I'm imagining it's the mediums. We also see that Mikhail is just going to breeze past him and retake the lead of the race. Let's watch Forest Jump now. He comes out on the mediums. And he is in fact going to be behind his teammate as well. Shotmaker stays out a lap. I mean, Red Bull have got the strategy very well, haven't they? I mean, if he pits this lap, Shotmaker, sorry, then Red Bull have just played a brilliant strategy. Forest Jump then out to do whatever he can. But can he do anything, really, to stop this man right here? Dominance. Oh, Weemart's out the session. Do we get a safety car? Marsha gets a time penalty. Do we get a safety car? Do we get a safety car? have a look at the incident. He's very far off track. I mean, it looks like he's just gone straight on into the barriers, like without even trying to brake. That's probably not the case, but I don't know how you've ended up there, unless you've like severely locked the brakes somehow. But Rayner, 6 seconds ahead of Shotmaker, still means that he's leading the race, and Shotmaker's not even the one who's trying to challenge anyway. So yeah, it is looking like Rayner has done all he needs to do, but we have to wait until the flag is out. Explanation is simple. He just got straight lined. Says Ern. I mean, we don't have too much going on right now. If you could send me the clip, we'll forward it, or somehow if you could find a way, or if you could get Mikhail to send me the clip, because I'll be interested to have a look as well, just to get my verdict. Cheers for that, Ern. As Sky Race Control, I do appreciate Ern. He's always there, every race, and he's there as my Ted Kravitz for me. So yeah, no, big shout out to Ern. For all the help this season. Forest Jump, to be fair, is gaining on Rayner now. But then again, he doesn't seem to be gaining on Rayner. And if Rayner can just pull away with it, honestly, I mean, there was a purple sector somewhere there. Purple sector 1, possibly, from Forest Jump. But he desperately needs to get past Rayner. And with only 9 laps left of this race, the clock is ticking. So I'm watching the replay now. Between, yeah. I've got the replay. Obviously, if I could, I would put it up on the screen. Yeah, and I'm watching it now. DRS. Mikhail goes flying past, and I mean, I'm gonna watch it one more time. But as you can see, he gets past on the outside, past Milk Cart. Instead of backing out, even though you're fully behind in the corner, fully behind. I mean, it's not like we're alongside or something. Fully behind, and it's just up the inside. Yeah, it is devastating for Mikhail. Such a difficult season. Milk Cart's left the session, but it's definitely not really any way you can spin that and say racing incident, even racing incident. It's very much so, I think, a one-sided mistake, which has cost the championship at the end of the day. I mean, was the championship ever even something that he can aim for after that lap 1 incident? I'm not sure for Mikhail, but that was the nail in the coffin for his hopes and dreams. Forest Jump is gaining on Rayner, but for Rayner to win, Sindro out the session, and we have a full course safety car. Here we go. This is Aurora Racing League, and this is what the league needs. This is what it needs. I'm telling you, Forest Jump dives into the pits, and it's all changed. It has all changed. I am the most neutral commentator. I think Ericsson here has said it, Sindro. It's nice to have a, I appreciate the positive spin on it. Have a bit of a laugh about it. Sindro, though, Abu Dhabi 2021 all over again, says Ern. Possibly, we leave it to the last lap. It could very well be. Will Rayner pit? He's ahead of the safety car, so I think he can just floor it. If I'm correct, he's ahead of the safety car, so I think he can just floor it and get round. I think that's what he's definitely going to do. This is what we need for the final race of the season. I didn't really want it to be a boring race to the finish and Rayner wins. Rayner very well probably will win because he's just absolutely dominated the season. He can't, he's going slowly. No, you're right. Let me just get all my stuff back up, hang on. But here we go. It's not over yet. Forrest Jump, he's got the golden opportunity. Goes onto a fresh set of medium tyres. I maybe would have gone onto the softs, you know. Because he's pit for new tyres. I would have gone onto the softs. This safety car could go to lap 20. Those softs should last you, but obviously, I'm not behind the wheel. I don't know what type of tyres they've got. Young leader behind's going to need to do everything he can to assist his teammate. Soft wouldn't last, I think, says Ern. It's Jeddah. Very, very true, actually. That's a good point. Mikhail is probably thinking now... Not Mikhail. Oh, Mikhail, I'm so sorry. Rayner. Also, I'm sorry about... Let's see this. He does pit. And he might be alright, because he's coming onto the softs. Oh, this is big. And he's serving his time penalty. It's even bigger. This is different. Time penalty served. And he's coming out of the pits. Who's going to leave ahead? Forrest Jump's time, so he can't go any faster down the straight. Rayner has served his penalty, gotten a fresh set of soft tyres out, and still come out the pits ahead of Forrest Jump, because Forrest Jump just couldn't, he wasn't allowed to floor it. I'd be fuming if I was the Red Bull driver, because he's not even on his good tyres. Rayner probably could make these work to the end of the race. We'll have to wait and see, but it's going to be interesting. Does Rayner's will his tyres give up at the end? Will Young Leader overtake his teammate? I don't know. Young Leader's a pretty good teammate, I think. I've spoken to him. Anyone know Flavio's number? He owes me. I don't know if there's a bet going on or what. I don't. But safety car on these final closing few laps as the sun sets here in Saudi Arabia, the country's capital. You can see the construction going on of these new buildings. The sun is setting, but this race is very far from over. The red AMG safety car, same colour as that Ferrari, is out and leading these cars through. We've only got 9 of them left, but we've only got 2 of them who are in contention for the title. All Rayner has to do, okay, all he has to do is not get outscored by Forrest Jump by any more than 18 points. Corner taken quickly, maybe. Origi? When is the new season? No idea. I think that gets decided after the season ends. It's soon. But I will miss it. The sun is setting at Saudi Arabia. Like I've said, the race is still very much so on. Drama and controversy already fills the season. Drama and controversy already fills this race. But drama and controversy may still be yet to come. We're gonna have 5 racing laps, I think. Obviously, we're on lap 20 now. But anything can happen here. Forrest Jump could have the start of a lifetime. Young Leader could betray his teammate. Beast Plays could finally break the bad luck spell of the Mercedes. Shotmaker could come and assist his teammate. Rayner has got at least 4 cars behind him who are going to want to get past him. 3, sorry, but 9 seconds of penalties for Beast Plays. Hey, you never know. If he's battling with Rayner, let's say in some sort of world he manages to battle with Rayner, that brings other drivers into it. Rayner is the driver that everyone wants to beat, let's be honest here, except for maybe Young Leader. But is the safety car in this lap? I imagine it will be. My heart is racing. Yours may be at home as well, depending on who you want to win this race. Is it Rayner? Is it Forrest Jump? Do you want Tesco Meal Deal to have the race of his life and win? I don't know. I don't know who anyone supports. All I know is that we've got a championship battle back on our hands. 22 points separate these drivers. It's unlikely. It's very unlikely. But you know what else was unlikely? I don't know, the meteor hitting the earth and killing all the dinosaurs. That was unlikely, but it still happened. It still happened. It's the most random analogy I can give. Who's not allowed to unlock himself? I don't know. Well, no, we're going to have another safety car lap. What's going on at the FIA? The incident's more than cleared up. We're just parading now. The press said, oh, we need to get some more photos. And the guy, the FIA have gone, alright, we'll bring the safety car around so you can get a better close-up. Sindra says we just want to go motor racing. Ern said that I got distracted and he forgot to bring it in. Absolute scenes here at Jeddah. We're going to have 4 laps of racing to decide the championship. They're not level on points, and Rayner's going to need something terrible to happen. But Mikhail, he went from basically about to take the lead of the British Grand Prix, and Marshy's DNF'd. Marshy's DNF'd. What has happened? He's left. He's gone. He's retired. The Aston Martin's gone as well. Now Rayner's tyres will be better because of the extensive safety car laps. That's what I was thinking. And that's why I was like, Forest Jump should probably go onto the softs. I was thinking, well, we're going to probably go in at lap 20. So that's like 5 racing laps. The softs should be fine for that. That's what my thought process was. Rayner's going to have better tyres. He's going to have warmer tyres. He's going to have grippier tyres. Forest Jump is going to need miracles. He's going to need more than one miracle. He's going to need a miracle if he wants to get past Rayner. He's going to need a miracle if he wants to outscore Rayner. You know, he can finish, he can win. But if Rayner finishes second, if Rayner finishes third, if Rayner finishes fourth or fifth, then it doesn't matter. He needs Rayner to finish like 7th or lower. And we've only got 8 drivers left. The safety car is in this lap. We've got 8 drivers left. And Rayner needs to finish in the bottom 2 and Forest Jump needs to win. It's very unlikely. But it's not over. It's never over. It's not over until that checkered flag is waved and all the cars have gone past it. Rayner is going to slow them down. Young leader gets a 5-second time penalty. That's going to help with Red Bull's case in the constructors. Well, here we go. 4 racing laps. Rayner just needs to hold on. Forest Jump needs a miracle. Coys goes into the pits. And we're back racing once again. Forest Jump behind Rayner on the run down to turn 1. Rayner's got a good launch away. And I think he's securely into the lead. Forest Jump's going to need slipstream after slipstream after slipstream if he wants to even stick close to the rear end of the Ferrari that's in front of him right now. Coys drops down to 7th, and Tesco Meal deals 8th, now finally unlapping himself. We look further down the order, is there anything much going on? It doesn't look like it at all. And at the moment, I'd be a little bit afraid that even if Rayner somehow ends up being like spinning around, Coys wouldn't even overtake him, and that would mean that he could drop down to 6th place and still be stationary on track and have time to get back going again. Then he wouldn't even drop to 8th because Tesco Mealdy is like a lap down on these cars. I mean, it's just ridiculous how the grid's set out. Ernst just told me that Rayner's championship's guaranteed as there's only 8 drivers. If he finishes 8th, so he gets 4 points. You're right. But it's not guaranteed, is it? Because if he spins and if he crashes, am I right? If he crashes, he doesn't get the points. And here's Forest Jump. Forest Jump needs to be the one who capitalises on this now. And then he just absolutely needs this to go his right way. And honestly, I'm sat here and I'm thinking, there's no way it does. There's no way it does. But I'm sure Forest Jump's got the belief. And I'm sure Rayner's got the belief that he's going to absolutely cruise to victory. That's all he needs to do. Just no mistakes from now on. Young Leader is going to try and put Forrest Jump under pressure. Shotmaker needs to get a past Beast plays at the moment, because he's struggling behind the Mercedes, who's nowhere near the back of Young Leader. But Forrest Jump really needs to get a move on and get past Rayner. I mean, it just doesn't look likely. ERS being used. Forrest might be able to make the overtake, but he won't be able to overtake him in the standings. 3/10 the gap now. He's literally so close to the back of him. It's 2/10 now. This is thrilling stuff. 2.5 3/10 of the car behind. Here comes Forrest Jump now on Rayner. This is for the lead of the race. And this is to really boost his championship standings. We're only going to have 2 laps left. And here comes Young Leader behind him as well. Young Leader's got the penalty though. But will he do anything too drastic and change the outcome of this race for the benefit of his teammate? Well, I mean, if he does, there's definitely going to be a bit of controversy in that as well. Forrest Jump is going to get a lovely run on Rayner, and look how close he is through the final corner on the acceleration with the ERS. They've both got about the same amount of ERS. Slipstream down to turn 1. DRS has been enabled this lap. 2 laps of DRS. Is that enough for Forrest? Probably not. Is it enough for Rayner to get overtaken by his teammate and then Shotmaker, who has now got past Beast Place? No, it's definitely not. And it just looks like it's further and further, it's slipping away from Forrest Jump, but he's not giving up, and that's what's brilliant about Forrest. He's a very passive driver when he doesn't really need to win the races, but now he does, and he's piling on the pressure, but he's made a little bit of a mistake, and here comes Young Leader around the outside. It looked like he went off the track there a little bit. Maybe that's helped him a little bit around this left-hander. It's turn 13 and to 14, 15, 16 and 17 and 18. Really compact corners, hardly even corners. As you can see, they've already gone through them all now. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous how close the corners on this track are. 2/10 is the gap. ERS enabled for the Red Bull driver. The DRS, the wing flap is open. Is he going to go for it down the inside? I don't think he can. Brakes a bit earlier than his rival, but runs it wide. No, he's got it wrong. He's got it wrong into the corner. He's going to get DRS again, but he's far, far away now from Rayner. And it's all slipping away. Was it all too much for Forrest? I think there was just nothing he could do going into this race realistically, with the consistency that Rayner has as well. DRS enabled. Then Rayner is there, but he's got to defend against Rayner's teammate Young Leader as well. And this is where it's going to become difficult for Forrest Jump. He at least wants to finish second in this race. He at least wants to finish the race, I'm sure. But Rayner, 5/10 ahead. Forrest might be able to get past. He might not be able to get past. But the championship is nearly over. The fight is nearly done. And after a valiant comeback from Mikhail, which was shot down by Milk Cart this race, so much bad luck, a bad omen that Alfa Romeo car has been for him, and I'm sure he'll be happy to start next season without it, hopefully, for his sake. Forrest Jump, captain consistency in the Red Bull car, and he's just really rarely set a foot wrong. I can't actually think of a time when he has in the car. Maybe he's not as fast, but he's a hell of a lot more consistent than a lot of the drivers in this league. But Rayner, I mean, he's like the full package. He's quick and he's consistent. And as of this point, he's about to go back to back in championships. I mean, it's been an absolutely brilliant fight. One more chance with DRS. Down into the final corner for Forrest Jump. Can he make the lunge? Does he have to make the lunge? No, he doesn't. Does he want to make the lunge? Yes. He's pushing Rayner through the final corner. But it's been an absolutely brilliant battle. It's been a lot closer than anyone thought it would be. But Rayner has won the Aurora Racing League Championship. And he is champion of the world. Forrest Jump will finish second. And it was a really close battle with those two at the end. Shotmaker rounds out the top 3, rounds out the podium places, and joins his teammate on the grid. But it's celebrations for Rayner for the 2nd championship in a row. Coys snatches the fastest lap on the last lap as well, 6th, but he does get that extra point for fastest lap. But Rayner, this man, has done everything he needed to do this race. It's been a brilliant drive from him all season, and he adds another win to his tally. He adds another championship to his collection, and the Argentinian has won it all. Coyes picks up driver of the day. For me, my driver of the day would have to be Totally No Pro, I think. At least. But who cares? I'm sure this man doesn't. Champion at Jeddah. Champion of Aurora Racing League. And he celebrates with the griddy. What a fitting way to finish it all. Podium celebrations, but they're a lot more special than normal. Defeated Forrest Jump, but I'm sure he's happy he was just there for the ride. Brilliant battle with Rayner at the end there, and they share the podium with Shotmaker. 2 Red Bulls, 1 Ferrari, and Rayner has done it all. And that rounds out Aurora Racing League Season 4. Young Leader saying that his time penalty should be removed, the 5 second time penalty that he got, and he's saying that he probably will get it removed, and in that case then he'll move up to 3rd, and that'll change a few things about. So these aren't the final order, but I'm very sure that 1st and 2nd are set in stone, and Rayner has done it. Look how close they were at the end, 900ths of a second. Young Leader though, my driver of the day, 14th to 4th, and if what he's saying is true, then 14th to 3rd. My driver of the day is Young Leader. Congratulations once again for the 2nd season on the bounce for Rayner, number 23. Big congratulations to Forrest Jump, number 57. In the Red Bull, he has been absolutely sublime this season. For a driver who, I'm not, like, no offence at all, but he's not as fast as, you know, Rayner or Mikhail, or some of the top drivers, but he's just, I just think he's the most consistent guy out there. I mean, every single race, he's just superb, and he deserves that 2nd place. Mikhail will feel absolutely distraught, and I think he has every reason to be. 2 seasons that I've been here, championship goes down to the last race and it's snatched from him. But was it ever meant to be? Was Rayner winning inevitable going into this race? He won, and I think that's all that matters. Rayner, champion. Mikhail, distraught. And I think Forrest Jump, I think he will be pleased with where he finished this season. I tell you what though, this has been enthralling. This has been absolutely spectacular. And at the end of every race you'll hear me say, if that race was good, then stick around for the next one. But I mean, what more could you want from a championship? You know, drama every single race, action, overtakes, just brilliance. I mean, an incredible showdown between 3 drivers who are very deserving to be there. As I've said twice already, Captain Consistency versus the former champion versus the comeback king. Rayner, Forrest and Mikhail should be very, very proud of their efforts this season, because I mean, it's been an absolutely brilliant one to watch. But as I always say, the championship can only be won by one, and Rayner's retained it. It's his 2nd here at the league, I think, and it's his 2nd in a row, and this might be the last time we race on F122. Thank you very much, Paolo. Thanks for making the season great. Thank you very much, mate. I do appreciate it. Well done on the race today, and well done on the championship as well, Constructors' Championship that is, for Ferrari. They do win it all in the end. with Rayner and totally no pro. And thanks for driver of the day. No problem, mate. You absolutely deserved it. But congratulations to everyone who participated this season. Those races were tough. A lot of those races were difficult. There were a lot of curveballs thrown, a lot of safety cars, a lot of yellow flags, a lot of crashes. But people have overcame that, and there's been quite a few who've stood out, especially Rayner, and that's why he's won. I thank you to everyone who has joined the ride this season for this championship battle. Hello, Forest. Welcome to the stream. We're about to get things wrapped up, but congratulations on P2 on the standings. Valiant effort at the end there to try and get past Rayner on slower tyres as well. I mean, that was really, really quite impressive, I thought, considering how difficult the track is. But, yeah, no, impressive stuff. We've got 9 people watching, but I think that'll be a good way to end the season. It's been incredible. It's been, what I'd say, easily. I think it was better than last season, because last season it did go down to the last race with 2 drivers. But this season there's been a lot of people in it. There's been more drama, there's been more controversy. It's just been a better season. You know, we've had consistently high numbers of drivers in it as well. Whereas last season we'd have races where only 4 people would show up. And that's been the difference. So thank you to everyone who's tuned in over the year. I mean, surely you'd want to come back for more. And watch us next season as well for season 5 and see if Mikhail can finally crown his redemption. See you later, David Croft says peace. Cheers for that. I appreciate it. And thanks to everyone who's been here across the season. And we will see you. Miami qualifying now. Yeah, I'll have to go and watch that. Thanks for the reminder. And hopefully we see you again next season. But from me and everyone at Aurora Racing League, thank you very much and good night.